And now Life Skills with Pastor Ralph Henson from Life Baptist Church in Meridian.
Well, you can't go to the banks today, they're closed. You can't go to the post office today, it's closed, because today is a federal holiday. Today is Martin Luther King Day. We've come a long way in our state and our country, because I remember when I was a little boy, I was 13, 14 years old, when Martin Luther King was in the news. I remember when he was in Selma and they marched and ended up in jail, and I remember watching the CBS News reports of people shooting guys with fire hydrants to knock them down. I remember seeing him in the jail. I remember when he went to Washington, and I remember, I don't know if I watched it live or I watched it on the news, but as a young man I saw him preach the I Have a Dream sermon there at the Washington at the Lincoln Memorial there in Washington, D.C. And then I remember with sadness that summer that both he and Bobby Kennedy got shot. And I remember watching the news when those two things happened. It was a sad time in America's history, but the work that he did caused a great turnaround in America. And I know there's still people who like the old days, but I like the new days. I like the fact that we work at not judging people by the color of their skin, but by the content of the character. And I love the fact that, as he said, his children and your children can play together. And when I watch our kids at Life Baptist Church playing, the little white kids and the little black kids playing together, I think about Martin Luther King's words. Now, was he perfect? No. Did he do some bad stuff? Yeah, I'm sure he did. We all do, because we're all sinners. But Martin Luther King helped change a generation, because he brought us from a segregated time to an integrated time. When we get to heaven, we're going to find that color's not an issue, but we're also going to find that people that we thought were different from us are a lot like us, because it's not black or white or yellow that's important. It's the red blood of Jesus that covers us, and we're all the same. So today, think about Martin Luther King and all the good things that he did. But think about your life and say, what are some things I need to do? Do I still harbor racism in here? If you're white, do you have a hostility towards black people? If you're black, do you have a resentment towards white people, maybe for something their great-grandparents did? Use Martin Luther King's, let's judge people by their character and not the color of their skin. Use that in your life today. Thank the Lord for Martin Luther King, and thank the Lord for Jesus, who gives us all peace, and we're all one at the foot of the cross.